we need to put in place. But one that is important is a long-term policy, and in this country we don't do long-term policies. Because everybody wants a policy that can be executed, the contracts done within 4 years before they leave office. The problem with Nigeria is that most of our public policies are transaction-driven. Transaction-driven. They won't ask you the solution. What is this? Okay, we want to build this road. How much will it cost, and what is it for us? So we need, in the longer term, to implement national and regional policies aimed at combating the destructive effect of climate change. We can't be like Trump that says there's no climate change. He doesn't understand it. Modern afforestation programs, irrigation, ranching, and indeed mechanized technology. Internally, we also start looking. As a young person, I used to remember most of the cattle that came down from the north, I'm from Anambra State, came in lorries. Today they prefer to trek. If we can have laws that says you cannot transport livestock across state boundary, you can't cross from Plateau to Kogi, from Kogi to Benue, from Benue to Enugu, from Enugu on land, you must put them in trucks. We'll solve some of these problems. And that's something we need to look at. The other part of it is that if we decide to do what civilized people do, the value chain of the cattle industry is very vast. The leather component alone is worth 75 billion annually. And we're not getting it, we're eating the pomo. Yes, we're not. There's no hide and skin anymore, that's collapsed. So what we need to do is to say, instead of livestock, and let me say that there will be an exception where you have to move livestock. For breeding, if you find out that somebody has the Freustian cattle, which I think the best is the Israelis and the Brazilians, and you want to go and buy them and move them to Obudu, or to Cross Rivers, or to Niger, or to Adamawa to breed, you have to put them in trucks. But otherwise, we should be able to say that for the cattle industry, if we're doing ranching, let them be in the ranch, feed them foodstuff, give them livestock, corn, anything, and even grow the hay that they will eat. And then let's produce the meat, produce the cheese, produce the milk, produce the butter, produce the bone china, and let the finished products be shipped. I think if we do all that, we'll be set to resolve this conflict. But my bottom line on this is that this conflict is not ripe for reconstruction and integration. But there are things that we could do, taking together the things that were discussed here today, that will help us and help the Foreign Ministry plan for the years ahead. Thanks very much.
I'm the resident representative of the Friedrich-Ebert-Stiftung, and we are here today to the second day of our conference on the dynamics of the farmers-herders conflict here in Nigeria and its implications on the country's foreign policy.
So can you tell us how far have you been in this program?
Well, we had a number of panels here. We had different representatives from civil society, from ECOWAS, from academia, who all shed light on different aspects of this farmers-herders conflict. And I think we have at least succeeded to create some new viewpoints, some new knowledge on how the country can address certain issues, where some of the problems come from, and also how it affects the country's relation with its neighboring countries. So I think it's definitely contributing to the knowledge creation and to get some new ideas on how to approach these very important issues. It's an issue that it has the potential to really create more problems, to divides the country according to ethnic lines, to religious lines, which is actually not supposed to be. And I think that's why it's important to have events like that to get a more diverse picture of this conflict.
Willie Selebo. I'm a research fellow, Institute for Peace and Strategic Studies, University of Ibadan. We're trying to interrogate cattle movement and free movement of persons in Nigeria. We want to look at the conflict issues and what we can do, actionably do, to resolve the conflicting situations in terms of the tensions between farmers and herders in Nigeria.
But sir, do you think our government are really working on security in this our country? What do you have to say about the level of our security?
Well, at your level, you might not know what government is doing, but government is doing quite a lot, but it might not be to expectation. But what we need to do is to support our government in arriving at these solutions. We cannot leave, security is not government business alone. It's the business of everybody. So at your level, the media, the community, even the ordinary citizens should be involved in managing this issue so that government will find it easy to get the problem solved. First of all, we agree that some of the issues are creations of legislation, but there's no way we can do without government in managing the whole system. So whatever solution we are going to arrive at must also go back to government for implementation.